50-50 win rate. So I mean, it's not like it's a horrible pick. I mean, it's not the best pick, but it's not the worst either.
So now Blacklist, alongside taking those out, now have to watch out for some very terrifying picks on the side of Geek Fam. They can go Yutong, something that can chase out the Gordon, the Bruno, make sure they can make the most out of that Petrify. They can then... anyone with Dive, really, who could just easily get to that Gord.
The only thing that bothers me about the Gord here is the fact that, like, pressure-wise, in terms of, you know, when you try to set up with a Mystic Gush, you're working around a very mobile lineup, right? Claude, you have to work around the fact that Faramis is probably going to pull you around. You can have, of course, Nile rolling in from different directions. So, you know, timing, positioning, even more important here with the Gord locked in. But yes, it does also solve a pretty good problem and provides quite a bit of damage, you know, early to mid-game, especially these objectives they're going to be focusing on. But you can already see it too. A lot of these roamers being taken out. Again, what is Beloyski going to bring to the table? The Ruby pick is gone here.
So usually Gord is an answer to heroes such as Valentina that, of course, you'll have to expand dashes and things like that, mobility to get away from the range of his Mystic Gush. So it feels like Blacklist International are just turning off the idea of Beloyski picking up something like that, you know, or something to counter it. It's like they're thinking ahead already of whatever Beloyski will pick, and that's their tackle. So with the Minotaur taken out, Kali taken out here, could be Lapu or
Geek.
Lapu or the Paquito for Edward looks and sounds good.
Because Geek having a Lapu in Luke's hands right now looks great against a Gord, right? He's just and he's much easier to reach than many other long rangers. But instead they go for the Terizla, also solid. I think we definitely see the Lapu from Luke.
Yeah, you know what hurts? Getting a penalty zone and then a Mystic Gush into it, right? So that can line things up really well, especially when you're just playing around the Netherrealm itself. If you don't want to wait for it, then just force it out, you know, for the most part. And a lot of times that penalty zone initiation, let's say you get 3-4 members, 2 or even 3, you're going to force, you know, possibly that Netherrealm, and then the Mystic Gush is there. Not to mention Worldy. Now, Worldy doesn't do that much damage, but it's still definitely a threat. And once again, the only thing that could backfire so far from Blacklist International is usually the heavy spin, right? You really have to kind of play around that. Make sure that you're not messing up with the positioning either.
Sensui does pretty well at that, though, I do have to say.
Yep.
There's a Lapu, as we talked about. And there is the Arlot. They get the displacement.
Wait, Rome Arlot, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it. A Rome Arlot for Beloyski. Does this mean we'll see another Rafaela for Blacklist? But the problem is it's going to be difficult. They need something a little bit tankier, and Blacklist Geek Fam took out the best pick possible in the Minotaur.
This is where the KDA thing happened, too. It was with the Rome Arlot. Well, it was one of the instances, right?
Don't you put that in the air, Ricky Bobby.
It's there. It's in the air. It's got to be. We got to get to a game 5, Trex.
My friend.
Right? Last pick here.
Right. Of course.
You can hear that the crowd likes it.
Wild.
Yep. They love this hero.
Can he do it again? Can Renegade win the hearts and minds of people and say that I can play a hell of an Estes as well? He did it already earlier this Sem 5. Can he do it again in this crucial game?
The heel man.
The heel man is back. Gonna be quite difficult though. This needs perfect Ube playstyle by Blacklist. There's so many pieces on the side of Geek Fam that will give them a lot of trouble.
A lot of answers.
A lot of answers, a lot of questions here. Rizal Memorial Coliseum, we're getting ready. We're at match point for Blacklist International against Geek Fam. If they're able to win here, they move on. They send Geek Fam out.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the
and they are ready as we get prepped up in the Land of Dawn. Once again, can Geek Fam answer to extend the series to Game 5, or will Blacklist International end it here?
Ube Classic by Blacklist International. This might take some time until we see some big plays, but we already see Renegade and Beloyski. As Renegade is just helping out Sensui in the jungle, taking a fair bit of damage as expected from a Rome Arlot. So we're just going to be waiting for the next turtle. Honestly, it's like the next turtle or the next few seconds before the next turtle, because that means someone's going to be going into the EXP lane, pressuring out an XP laner, a little skirmish, and then that determines who gets the turtle, or that doesn't happen. It's just a full-on fight on the turtle. Full sustain for the Arlot, by the way.
You know, seeing Renegade on this, it just goes to show his evolution as a roamer overall and how much he has grown with this team, with the rest of these players. Definitely the story to be told, but when we look at the map, Geek fam, this is kind of where they like to be in this laning phase. Blacklist forced to take a much more passive approach due to the SDs and due to the Gore.
Yeah, I like the fact, too, you know, that he plays with Quantum Charge because it also allows a little bit of aggression, you know, for the most part, on how you're trying to position this SS pick once again and really follow through on a lot of things. Even if it's just to catch, you know, the members from Geek Fam and slow them down a little bit, could work in their favor. Now, once again, you're working with a lot of just AoE pressure here. For them, for against Geek Fam, and they have to kind of work around that. Now, the tools are there. We've seen them do it before, and even having, already exchanges. Beloyski, that's the thing.
Ooh, the stun connects. Forced to use a flicker. Will be able to get away, but that will put Blacklist at an advantage for this first turtle.
Yep, you and Edward helping each other clear lane. They want level 4s across the board. Avoy already level 4, Renegade. When he clears that mini wave, let's see if it hit 4. Who'll get this first turtle? Game number 4.
Oh boy, gonna try to keep Edward away. Nile keeping close to the turtle. Beloyski looking for a little bit of an engage into the backside loop there as well. Beloyski gonna make his mark, gonna try to come in, but Nile takes it. And now sends away Luke with the bravest fighter looking for Edward. But he's taking a face full of magic gush right now. But he finds it! Renegade goes down, and so does Sensui! Geek fam coming out on top.
Right out of the gate, again, it's Luke. He is him right now. And Geek fam able to sniff out an opportunity again, the layering of abilities. When you're up against a heal comp that wants to stick together, you have a lot of displacement and crowd control. If you can time those together, you give a lot of difficulty for a lineup that Blacklist International drafted. And again, it's the same story so far in the first 3 minutes of this game compared to the previous game, wherein Geek fam acknowledged the strength of their lineup against Blacklist lineup.
All right, not only because I'm a Gord stan here, but I'm really curious on the build path this time around for UA, right? Usually when we see Gord pop up throughout M5, we actually see some variation, some flexibility in that build that they approach the game, right? The fact that a lot of this, you're going to try to land those projectiles, get those little stuns out, of course, kind of work around that. And they're still going to be putting the pressure here once again, top side. All of this really allowing OHEB to farm up the best he can against Marky, who, as we've said throughout the series, has been quite the lane to be in, right? The duking it out against each other.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, good start.
Ooh, nice pull back on a Sensui there. Luke brings out the bravest fighter, able to get right through that heavy spin. Blacklist are able to disengage though, but it's 20 seconds till the turtle, and Geek fam are going to take control of the pit. A little more back and forth in the mid side. Geek fam showing who's boss.
Getting another example of just Beloyski holding on to that final slash so well. They almost caught out Sensui, forced out the heavy spin. So this turtle looks like a free one for Geek fam. It's going to be difficult for Blacklist International to get there in time.
Okay, already just going to go ahead and use that Mystic Gush, put the pressure where he can, but they might just be given the call, right? Just go ahead, give up these turtles for now. We are not where we need to be to team fight yet, but they're actually going to make a line towards this bottom lane. Might be looking for their own play here.
Oh, Marky with the Blazing Duet just trying to clear out these waves and get back to safety. Able to pull it off. Geek fam's rotation matching Blacklist.
Yeah, and now, good defense there by Geek fam. Next rotation and sequence might be around the mid lane. Let's see if Blacklist will actually continue the... Oh, Edward!
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Approval.
That was nasty, bro. That was oh, this is nasty.
Beloyski forced to use a flicker right before the fight comes with a final slash on a Sensui. He is going to get pinned against the wall. Able to dash back. OHEB takes the tower, and Blacklist walk away safely.
That's all part of the plan, right? They got the turret. They made it work. Not to mention, once again, UA. He might not be getting kills right now on this Gord, but he's definitely putting pressure where he has to. Sometimes it's a flicker. Sometimes it's an ultimate. He's doing what he has to do.
Again, it goes back to the idea that we posed in MPL Philippines Season 12 before, wherein we said that The gourd is sort of like a new age version of Eve. It's static, it's an ultimate that zones out, it's not a big box. But then with how US playing it, it's also playing it a little bit like a farce, committing the ultimate just to make sure you have an advantage in the tower dives, clearing the minion wave, zoning out. So yes, as a gourd in these scenarios, you don't just hold into your ult, you make the most out of it every time with your team.
Oh, final slash. Speaking of team, Geek trying to close in on Blacklist. They're unable to get the finish. Renegade comes in the nick of time.
Okay, the heal's there, but they know it's not available anymore. Geek fam might want to still put the pressure here under the turret, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and call it off. No point even for UA to get there already. Renegade doing quite a bit of healing. Marky gets checked here as well from Edward. They'll have to go back to lane. Turtle going to be up shortly. That's not going to connect to
They're hunting right now. Renegade taking a little bit too much damage, and the flicker from Luke takes 2 lives from Blacklist International.
There's UA. Nothing he can do though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, they stayed up there for quite a while.
Yeah, great tower diving, great call by Geek Fam, not giving up on the play. Despite Beloyski missing that final slash, Luke said, hey, I'm him, I got this. And he set that up for Geek Fam really well. Again, another patented tower dive, a thing that we see here in the Philippines, teams such as RSG Philippines, but it is an Indonesian playstyle working very well for them right now as they get the 3rd and final turtle of this game.
Yeah, another great call there from Niall, able to put the pressure on Sensui around the buff, gets the retry out and easily rotates to get the 3rd turtle. Clean sweeping it right now for the Turtles, for a Geek Fam. That's what's given them a little bit of this edge to work around, right? And with that, Blacklist has to keep that in check because when it gets to these Lords in about under 2 minutes from here, they don't want to just give those up, right? The plan so far is, all right, we give those up, we farm up the best we can. A top lane again.
Oh, big final slash. Sensui gonna get the double man pin on the 2 members. Luke taking a couple shots to the face, gonna have to back off the worldie, bouncing between a boy and Beloyski. Blacklist safe for today.
Surprisingly enough, that it felt like that final slash actually put Oheb in a better position to be able to go away. He was able to just slide tackle on out of there easily, a bit closer to the turret. I understood what Beloyski and Geek Fam were going for there, but it felt like in that scenario that final slash just helped Oheb a little bit better.
Okay, so Renegade just picked up the Flask of the Oasis. So this will, in terms of, because we already saw the Necklace of Durance picked up, right? So how does this help out the healing situation here, Renmar, for Blacklist?
Well, of course, that allows Blacklist International to just really pop the ultimate of the Estes, and then,
oh, they're closing in. Oheb taking off the map. A nice Nether Realm does come from Geek. They're going to get stunned up. A boy able to get away, though. Blacklist International move a member, and this is what Geek Fam's doing. Just find one, then one more. Blazing Duet does come in. Yue taking a little bit of damage.
Here's Luke.
Niall looking for more. Luke into the backside with Bravest Fighter.
Oh!
To the penalty zone. Response from Edward. A nice final slash from Loyski. Luke able to get a stun. Renegade goes down. Blacklist International lose 2 members.
Well, I was going to say, the healing coming out from that Flask of the Oasis, although it might take some time until we feel the full healing effect of that Estes, should be able to help with the initial burst of damage and crowd control that Geek Fam dish out. But again, sequence after sequence, we're seeing Geek Fam layering their abilities so well, timing everything together, that even though Renegade gets a good timing with the use of the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, then suddenly Geek Fam just overload the Estes and the heal of Blacklist.
Yeah, well, they actually want to fight this once again. Now that Lord's up, they want to join these fights. Still waiting once again. Yue doesn't have too much damage just yet on this board. He's got the Talisman, he's got the Ice Queen wand. They're going to fight again.
Move on to Renegade there. Edward does drop the penalty zone. Yu brings out the Magic Gush. Now the Realm comes out from a boy.
Oh,
Luke taking a lot of damage. Oheb able to get the final shot. And now Edward pushing the engage. Sensui pushes Marky away. A boy goes down. Sensui down. Beloyski down. 2 members of Geek Fam drop. Marky and Niall now on the defensive. Blacklist International with a nostalgic feeling of the last game. Turn things around.
What a great positioning choice there from Sensui to keep Marky at bay.
It's like he told Marky, I can spin better than you. We're both going to be spinning like tops. But the heavy spin, you saw what Geek Fam wanted to do. Set up Marky for a big blazing duet. But it took one big panda and a heavy spin to stop that.
Oh, again, it doesn't matter if the 3 turtles are giving up. Blacklist International, with their team fighting prowess, they're able to pull through, get this Lord, and now they're going to be in charge here. But we're going to take a Quick. Thank you once again. We're going to be jumping into the game. Lord going down the bottom side. It's Blacklist on the play here. Once again, Niall going to go ahead and stop it there in that bottom side. Trying to clear up as fast as they can. Once again, economy-wise, it's pretty even. But right now with Blacklist International able to make their moves around the map, they're going to get some space advantage to work from.
They're going to take the opposite lane, get as much as they can out of this push. One thing to note that, though, is Blacklist International still hasn't cracked into that mid lane at all. It is going to help Geek Fam in some of these rotations. Look at Beloyski, too, just hanging out on the backside. He's waiting for a moment. He's waiting for the team to say, go.
Waiting for that 4-5-man final slash.
Yeah, a big one there. If UF falls down early, if that gourd falls down early in a team fight or a skirmish, it might actually be a big struggle for Blacklist International. They will have OHEB, but then that applies so much pressure onto Edward and Sensui to make the most out of their abilities to create space, to buy time. So let's see if Geek Fam can get the key target. Right now, it's Yue. Once Yue falls, it might be a little bit easier to actually take down the Bruno, to take down OHEB.
Yep, you can already see it too. As we were talking about, Yue on this gourd, he's getting the items he needs now to lead up into the damage meters. Already, I believe, completing that glowing one as he did, working on the next. So depending on how he decides to build those last two items, if it's the Holy Crystal, if it's Divine Glaive even to pump out a little more damage, to put the pressure on NetherRealm alone, will be troublesome for Geek Fam. So they want to make a decisive action already early on, right? Lord, 30 seconds away or so here, so nothing too much happening. Beloyski, if he somehow, some way, gets a final slash, even if it's just Yue before the next Lord, that is a huge advantage for that Lord dance.
Comes Niall, looking for the engage here. They know Yue's over by the mid side. Could be a time to get some skills out. Lord's going to be up in 15 seconds. Gold sitting at, I mean, an exact standstill. Never have these games been so close.
Yeah. It could be up to anyone. Goes down again, similar to what happened in game number 2. One big play, one big moment. As they now go for the Lord dance, we have to watch how the middle minion waves are managed. If anyone will decide to force out or push that topside minion wave, someone on the opposing team has to answer. Niall pushes forward, finds the information where OHEB is at. That's going to call for a quick little reset by Blacklist. Now that they actually have shown OHEB or have seen OHEB, Blacklist can clear up that lane because they're not like trying to hide or anything. So now they're just going to settle around the Lord again. Watch the minion wave management. That's the biggest story here, top side and middle.
This is one of the advantages as well, having a gourd. You can check the bushes with the projectiles, the injunctions, whichever way you want to have it. Conceal play going to come from Geek Fam.
Royski making his way in, looking for the final slash. Niall on the backside, locking on to OHEB. Maybe get out of Blessing of the Moon Goddess. There it is. Penalty zone. The heavy spin. Niall and Luke in a little bit of trouble here, but Sensui going to kind of push them the wrong way. Beloyski looking for the re-engage. Gets the final slash in the backside. Marky with a blazing duet. Locking on to 4 members. Going to get knocked up. Marky forced it back off. Beloy taking a stun. A shot. A ball to the face, and he's down. Geek Fam still trying to come back up. Boy will be up in about 3 seconds. Death counter not too high. Lord still on the field. We're going back and forth.
Back and forth, but right now, Blacklist International in control of this Lord. They should be able to make quick work. Beloyski and Luke waiting patiently, though. Can they get it?
Yue! Taken out. OHEB finds Beloyski. Luke looking for something, but not today. You will not survive. OHEB finds a kill, and the Lord goes down. It's a 3-for-0 trade. Blacklist taking it all.
It feels like a recurring nightmare for Beloyski and Marky and the rest of Geek Fam. Ube, an Estes, a mid lane they can't catch, a Filipino sniper with hella damage, and a Blacklist knocking at the door of their base, about to eliminate the miracle of Indonesia.
All right, the boy brings out the NetherRealm. They're just trying to buy time at this point, but Edward able to take him out. Blacklist decide not to go for it because Marky and Beloyski are back up.
They still have the Lord.
Don't want to end it just yet. Lord coming down the top side, but enough time is bought. Geek Fam may live to see a few more waves.
Geek Fam stays in it. They keep things under control. They have to get ready, though, for this defense.
It's not over yet. Quick item check. Dreadnought already built up by that Baksha, the damage, Holy Crystal for that Faramis. I'd like to see Divine Glaive rushed already onto there. It's Bloodlust Axe, actually, Radiant Armor, Dom Eyes, and the Fury Hammer for that Lapu Lapu. 5,000, close enough for a turnaround. But again, can they get to Yue? They can't reach him right now, can Geek Fam. And that Gourd is the problem. Can they find the solution?
Ooh, Edward uses a penalty zone, does not connect onto anybody there. He does have time to try to get another one on Marky. Will be able to melt down this Lord, and Blacklist walk away.
They're happy with the 2 turrets in the base. They still hold on to that one in the bottom side for Geek Fam, but Blacklist getting in position, making their way with the next waves that will be pushing in. We could possibly see another force and interaction from Blacklist. Geek Fam, once again, everything available. They have to be ready. Immortality is also going to be online here.
Yep. They're making their way downtown, walking fast as Blacklist.
Boy does take a stun. Nile trying to make his way
Beloyski!
around the mountain. Looking for something. For the blessing of the moon goddess, and Luke finds a stun. Edward trying to respond, but the magic dust does come from Yue. Sensui able to get the pin onto Beloyski. The immortality pops, but the boy keeps going. Nile there as well. The boy able to find Oheb. Geek Fam coming out for the defense. But wait, Beloyski in trouble, gets another final slash. Can he dash away? He's buying time for his team though. Blacklist are hungry. 3 down, 1 down as well for Blacklist. A boy and Nile all alone against 4. Blacklist International know what's on the line here. Geek Fam as well. A few cannon minions, another wave, but it's 20 seconds until the rest of the team is there. Blacklist International trying to get the finish. Edward able to make the pin onto a boy. Nile against 4, but another wave of minions is coming down the backside. Geek Fam does have the defense. Blacklist trying to close it out. A dynasty may continue today. Blacklist International make it forward.
The stadium erupts as Blacklist International continues on for the M5, taking out Geek Fam.
The clock strikes midnight on the Cinderella story of Geek Fam. A tale as old as time. Another code broken. Blacklist remains standing.